Alright guys, I'd love to actually be working and doing some cutting and things like that while I talk to you, but it's just too loud with my inverter running. I did a couple sound tests, you'll never hear me. So another option that we have is I can dub my voice over a video of me working to kind of talk to you guys about the points that I want to hit, or I can do this and speak to you directly. So if you don't mind and you got a minute, leave a comment and let me know which you would rather see. But today I wanted to touch on a lot of common misconceptions as to what an FFL is, what they actually do when they run a background check, and what that means to you, the customer. With Facebook's new restrictive regulations, I had an idea of using FFLs to post for you in different feeds and things like that to accommodate your sale via the Facebook market. Now, I did this, and I also said that I would be charging a $25 transfer fee because it has to be an FFL sale, and once I put that sale out there, I'm then held to all of the ATF regulations for an FFL, meaning I cannot sell guns for you without the proper venue of background checks. Now, this was not well received at all. The majority of people were very upset that I was trying to capitalize on a bad situation that Facebook had put everybody in. Well, let me tell you a little bit about how that works. One, I heard a lot of people say, well, the whole idea is I don't want the gun in my name. That does not work the way most people think it does. When I perform a background check on somebody, I am not submitting the actual serial number of the firearm to the ATF through the NICS background check system. Whether I call it in or I do it online, it does not matter. Okay, the only thing that I'm submitting to them is the type of firearm being sold. My options are rifle, pistol, revolver, other. Something like a AR receiver would be an other. Alright? Now, a lot of people are like, well, I don't want this gun in my name. Now, that's because they don't understand how the trace system works. Let's say that somebody runs a firearm, a police officer runs a firearm serial number when it's discovered in a crime or something that happened. They're running to see if it's on the hot list. Literally, there's a list that's just stolen firearms, okay? Now, if it doesn't come back on that list, they get 0 results. Now, if a gun is used in a crime, the weapon is then found laying on the ground, and they're going to perform a trace. Okay, the way this process works, they contact the manufacturer or importer of said firearm. They give them the distributor that it went to. They contact that distributor. That distributor gives them the dealer that it went to. That dealer then tells them the end point of sale that he had, or the other dealer that he had transferred it to, and the trace continues. Once they get a name from a 4473 filed only at the dealer, they will then contact that individual to find A, the firearm, or B, where it went. Now they're interrogating on, okay, who, what, where, when, where is this gun? It is not as simple as run the numbers, this guy bought it. That's not how it works, okay? So the only thing that you're accomplishing when you do a background check is simply, is the person that you're selling it to eligible to be buying this firearm? Because the last thing that you want to do is sell to a felon. And then that felon gets caught with the firearm, and then they say, well, where did you get it? I bought it from Joe Bob, okay? Personal sale, blah, blah, blah. You could be held liable if they feel that you knew in some capacity that this person was a felon for X reason, whatever it may be. Okay, regardless, you're talking to the cops and you really don't need to be. In that sense, you haven't done anything criminal, but you didn't protect yourself and give yourself any insurance policy to say, hey, it was a good sell. The other thing that happens when you go through a dealer is when you file a 4473, we are required to maintain that document securely for a minimum of 20 years. 20 years we have to keep this piece of paper secure. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, this FFL only charges $10. More often than not, that's a tabletop FFL. They're not doing a lot of volume. If they are, they've streamlined their system so well that they don't really have to worry about it. Now, the other liability in us maintaining this document is if an I's not dotted or a T's not crossed, something is wrong with the document and we don't catch it, the ATF dings us for it. And, you know, all of a sudden now, 10, 20 bucks doesn't seem so bad. It seems like a lot less than we really should have charged. I know some of the larger FFLs that have been in business for 30 years, they have documents that are 20 years old. They have to get a separate building. They have a warehouse literally dedicated to your 4473. Now, $25 a piece, that's nothing. You know, I mean, I know FFLs that charge $50, and people are complaining about a $25 charge. Well, anyways, I'm probably not going to be offering this service that I had spoken about, simply because it would be much too much headache. Spade Defense has an FFL. We have the capability of doing transfers. We have the capability of selling firearms. That's not why we have an FFL. If you haven't noticed, with what we do, it's strictly the high performance modification, things like that. That's why we have an FFL. It's to move guns through our performance center. It's not to sell or do transfers. So when I came up with a $25 fee, I was simply throwing it out there to offer a solution or an idea that maybe we never really had anything to do with. Other FFLs take over on these Facebook pages. But it was received very poorly. Okay, sorry, I tried. Yeah, I'm the greedy capitalist trying to make money off of some regulation. That's what they pinned me to be. Sorry that you feel that way. That was not my intention at all. But I am in business to make money. You see the big melon head dog back there. Nobody's buying his dog food or giving it to me for free. I have 2 kids I got to feed. You know, I got to keep the lights on in here. Yeah, I have to make money. Sorry. So now that you know that in your name doesn't exactly mean what you thought in your name meant, maybe you'll perceive the situation of getting that background check and going through a dealer for a personal sale not so bad. I mean, $25 could save you a lot of headache, and $25 is exceptionally reasonable for the amount of liability that dealer takes in performing said transfer. So I know this is going to make a lot of dealers mad. It's not that I'm telling you any inside secrets, but I've heard so many. I go into shops all the time, and you know, I don't let them know that I'm an FFL, and I hear things like, "Well, we have to charge for transfers because the ATF charges us every time we do one." No, they don't. No, they don't. Or we have to charge for transfers because, you know, the state does it. That's not our money. That goes directly to the state for filing all this paperwork. No, it doesn't. But I just smile and go, "Oh, okay, I didn't know that." So, you know, now you know. That $25 fee does stay with the dealer. It's their money, and that's essentially your rent on the storage of your paperwork for the next 20 years. So, 20 years of rent for 25 bucks. Even if it's that small of an area, it don't sound too bad. Anyway, guys, thanks. I hope I taught you something. As always, follow us on Instagram, Twitter. We just got a Tumblr account. I don't really know how to work it, but we're working on it. Facebook, all the other social medias, YouTube. Thanks.